Hey guys and girls, this is going. Sorry, I'm not sure what happened there. This is Ultraviolent 4, and you're joining me for some Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. If you're brand new to the channel, I'm trying to continue a win streak, so I've currently won my last 6 games in a row. And that might sound like a lot, but we're just getting started. We're going to win so many combos. We're going to win, win, win. You're going to get so tired of winning. You're going to say, Mr. Violent 4, please. We don't want to win anymore. It's too much. And I'm going to say, I'm sorry. We're going to keep winning. So my last call for combo suggestions, quite a few people said that I should play a mage next. Or a caster next, because I haven't done that. Which is true. So I thought, fair enough, I can play a caster. And in terms of which caster I wanted to play, there is another YouTuber named Gordon Overkill. That's whose intro I did, by the way. You can find his channel, if you go to my user page, you'll find a link from there. But anyway, since probably episode 1 or 2, he's been asking me to play a Draconian Fire Elementalist. So, you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Although, if I die here, Gordon, this is your fault. Completely. They've added some difficulty columns here, which is kind of cool. So apparently a Draconian is simple. Anyway, alright, Draconian and Fire Elementalist. Alright, so I haven't played a full-on caster, so I guess this might kind of be a bit more of a mage tutorial. I guess I'll start off explaining things in a little more detail than the last few games. So, what's a Draconian? A Draconian is you're sort of a humanoid / dragon thing. You have quite a lot of innate armor, and you can see here, because of your wings, you cannot fit into any body armor. So you might think, oh no, this is just like an octopode. It's going to be really low AC and really fragile. That's not the case. As you level up, your innate armor will continue to grow. And in addition, you can still wear your auxiliary armor slots, so your boots, your gloves, your cloaks, not a helmet, but you can wear a hat, etc. And also, Draconians have plus 10% hit points from normal. They have normal magic points, so they're pretty good as a mage still, and then plus 10 hit points and a lot of innate armor. So they're actually quite a good mage class to start off with. As a Fire Elementalist, if we hit our Shift M lets us do memorize. Well, actually, no, we should have a look at the book. So we start off with the Book of Flames. We have Flame Tongue already memorized, and then we have a bunch of fire spells. With the exception of Inner Flame, we almost certainly will be using all of these spells. The Book of Flames is a really good one because it pretty much, if you had to, you could probably win the whole game with this book. You've got good early game, you've got some good utility in Conjure Flame, and then Fireball is also quite a good spell for quite a long time. Alright, let's check out our M button, is our skill menu. So I don't really want dodging at -1. I think I'll go with some fighting. That will give us more HP. I don't want stealth, so I'll turn that off. And then the thing that we're going to be killing things with is our conjurations and our fire magic. So I'm going to focus both of those. And I'll also leave spellcasting on. Spellcasting, the main 2 things I care about here. Spell hunger is not much for consideration, but I care about getting more magic points as that levels up, and also because all of these spells are quite useful, I want to be able to get more spell levels so I can learn them all. Because by the time I get to Sticky Flame, I probably won't have enough spell levels and I'll have to train spellcasting. So that's our skills. A bit of HP of fighting, some spellcasting, and then focus are two actual kill dudes things. If you're playing a mage, you probably want to set up some macros. So when you're casting spells, you press Z, which is your cast spell thing, and then before that, let's look. Shift I shows you the spells you learn, and you can see that our one spell is on A. It tells us our failure rate, and then if we press exclamation mark, it will show us our power, which is low, how much hunger it costs, and how loud it is. Also our range. Flame Tongue's a little funny as a spell because it starts off short range, and as your spell power increases, you'll be able to get a longer range on it. Okay, so that was on A, you can see. So if I press ZA, that would be how I cast my A spell. So if you're playing your mages manually, every time you want to cast that, you press ZA, enter, ZA, enter, ZA, enter. You start going a bit insane. So it's very useful if you set up some macros. So if you press your tilde key, which is that one, that sort of squiggly line that's below your escape key, press that one and you get this menu. You can then press M for macro, and it's asking you for an input macro trigger key. So good keys for macros are 1, 2, 3, 4, F1, F2, F3, F4. The S key doesn't do anything, that's a decent macro key. Or if you want to use your right hand, the plus and minus button, then 0, 9, 8, etc. are also pretty good keys. I use that same tilde key, which is probably not good because you can use that key to repeat your previous action, but I'm too used to using it that can't change now. I've already got a macro there, so I'm going to hit redefine. And then, so we said our spell was ZA, but that won't actually cast it. You still need basically the enter button. And for that, it's a full stop. So if we do that now, when I press that key, that's the same as doing ZA enter, which will fire Flame Tongue at my closest enemy. You want to do the dot for targeted spells, but if it's not a targeted spell, the dot will mean wait a turn. So don't just put dots on all your macros, only do it if it's targeted. Alright, here we go. I'm not going to auto-explore because, especially as a mage, we're kind of weak, so I don't want to auto-explore and reveal a bunch of enemies. Our first enemy here, if we XV him, is a goblin. He can hit for up to 5 plus the damage on his club, which is I think is also 5, so he can do up to 10 damage in a hit. It's kind of unfortunate that the first enemy we found is carrying a weapon because it's much more dangerous. Fortunately for us though, we've got a pillar here, so you can see around this wall we could continue to walk forever. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to shoot him with our spells, and if it goes badly and say he hits us for 10 damage, we're going to walk around for a long time while slowly healing up. So I'm going to step back towards basically our starting point to run in, and I can't use it yet because Flame Tongue's short range. So let's go. Okay, so our mana's gone, and I could with 0 unarmed skill try to hit him, but as we've discussed, he can do up to 10 damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk around this and wait for my mana to come back. So there we go, we killed him like that. I'm not going to pick up the club because that's a really bad weapon. And we got rid of our first enemy. Good. Let's go back the other way. Okay. Right, this is our second hobgoblin. And here we have, once we get rid of the rat, here we have some stones. We're going to pick those up with G. And then F is our fire button to throw things. And we potentially, well, there are two things. We can use those to try to draw enemies that haven't seen us without actually walking up to them. And also, if things are out of range of our flame tongue, we may as well get some free hits on them by throwing rocks. There's a downstep. Right, like this. So this hobgoblin hasn't seen us, and we can't flame tongue him from there. So rather than run up towards him and potentially reveal more enemies, I'm going to throw a rock with F. And then so that, well, he's noticed us now because we just threw a rock at him. We're going to run back so the noise of him shouting doesn't pull other enemies to us. And flame tongue's out of range, so I may as well throw a rock. And I think that's still out of range. Now I can give him the zip zap. Well, give him the sizzle, I guess. There we go. Nothing too crazy just yet. That's crazy. A jackal pack is really, really dangerous when you're a low level mage. I have a little bit more AC than usual because of the Draconians +4 innate AC, but they're faster than you, so you can't run. There are a lot, so you tend to run out of magic points. We only have 3 magic, and there could be 4, maybe 5 jackals even. And then they just sort of weigh you down. So we're running the other way from the jackals, and we'll come back to them later. Our other downstairs. Okay, jackals there too. So I'm going to shut this door because jackals can't open doors. So we don't want them to wander in on us. That looks like a second jackal pack. Yeah, there's 1 jackal pack there and 1 there. It's a lot of jackals. With a bit more experience, they should be fine. We just don't want to fight them just yet. I could try to draw 1 to me. Okay, well that's good. So we've got level 2. So if I go Shift M, that's my memorize. I'm going to do memorize through flame. And then you see that the spell got assigned to B, which is kind of an annoying thing to press. Pressing ZB, it's really far apart. So if you do equals, it brings up this menu to adjust your item, spells, or abilities. In this case, we're adjusting our spells, and I'm going to adjust throw flame from B to X. ZX is much easier to press. And also then, I'm going to go tilde. I'm going to put a macro on my 1 key. Am I? 1, I'm going to redefine that to be ZX and dot. Throw flame is a bit more powerful. And I think it's full screen. If it's not full screen, it's very close to. So you can hit things from further away. But it uses quite a bit of your mana because it costs 2 rather than 1. So right here, I could say hit it with a flame tongue, but it's probably, with a throw flame, it's probably unnecessary. So mostly I'll use flame tongue because it's a bit more efficient on the mana. But occasionally, if I really need to try to kill things at range, or something that's a bit more dangerous, I'll use the throw flame. So, or just, if the bats are annoying me, I'll just hit it. So we picked up a ring. Shift P is to put on jewelry. I'm not going to do it yet though, because I'm currently streaking, so it's possible that that's a curse ring that's really bad. I don't want to put on any jewelry or try any say, weapons aren't so bad, but particularly jewelry, I don't want to try any until I have remove curse, so that I know I'm not going to get something really bad that might kill me. So say a curse ring of teleportation, something like that. Here's another ring. Again, we're just going to carry these, and then once we get remove curse, then we'll try them all. The other thing about Draconians is they all start off the same, but once you get to experience level 7, you become a type of Draconian. So you get a color. Ooh, okay. There was a dagger. Let's G to pick that up. I think of it as grab. And W is for wield. So we'll wield the dagger. It's better to have a weapon in case I run out of mana. And using equals I, I'm going to change it from C to A. Well, you'll see the trick later, but it's best to have your weapons on the A and B slots, because you can use the quotation button to switch to them. Alright, so at XL level 7, you get a color, and then that color, or that type of Draconian, gives you, some of them have changes to their aptitudes. They get better at particular things, worse at some, or some just get bonuses. And they also get, most of them have a sort of breath attack. So red ones can breathe fire, white ones can breathe cold, and so on. I've picked up a hunting sling. That's also good at range, so I can full screen shoot things, but not use any of my magic. So I'm going to use equals I to put the sling on B. So now I can press that quotation button, so it's this one. It's next to enter on the right side of your keyboard. If I press that, I can switch between the sling and the dagger. And if I press my backslash button, this chooses what things I auto pick up or not. I'm going to turn sling bullets on, and stones are on, so it will give me ammunition for my sling. Alright, and I'm auto exploring now. I'm feeling a bit braver. This guy's kind of annoying. Yeah, I'm just going to hit him with the throw flame. And again, although it's probably alright, yeah, okay. If you're a mage, or you're someone heavily leaning on your spells, whenever you get the choice, you probably want to pick int. And you see here, our scales feel tougher, so now we have 5 AC. Good, we'll rest back our mana, and then I'm going to memorize Conjure Flame. Conjure Flame puts down a cloud of fire, so it's really good for blocking hallways. Monsters don't, one of two things will happen. Either the monster will walk into it, in which case they'll die to the fire, or what's more likely is they don't want to walk into it. So if you're standing in a hallway like this, say we put down a cloud here between us and an enemy who's standing here, we could then, while it's not walking to the fire, just shoot it either with our fire spells or our hunting sling. So as long as you get one of those down, it's kind of hard to die in melee. It's a decent start so far. I know there's sling bullets. If you use Shift Q, that's your quiver menu. I'm just going to quiver these sling bullets. Sling bullets do a bit more damage than stones do. So I'm going to put them on. Really, we're killing things more with our fire spells than our sling anyway, so I'm not worried that I'm going to run out of sling bullets or something. It looks like maybe that was the same jackal pack, because we haven't seen them again. fair enough. That's our D1 done. Down to D2. We've got conjurations to 2. We're gonna be training like this for a little while. And what I might do here is I have a couple of doubles of a scroll. So scrolls that you find doubles of early are likely to be either Remove Curse or Scrolls of Identity. I've waited until D2 though, and I'm going to read them on the stairs. One, we might get Magic Mapping, in which case I'd like to know what's on this floor. And 2, we might read Teleport, in which case I'll go back up the stairs rather than get teleported onto a floor I haven't seen yet. Scroll of Immolation, okay, interesting. And there's ID. So I'm going to do one of the rings, an Uncursed Ring of Magical Power. That's really good. So let's put that on. That gives me an extra 9 magic points. That makes me feel much more comfortable about using Throw Flame a lot, because I just got way more mana. There's another ID. Normally you use your ID to ID potions, but I'm feeling kind of good about this ring thing, so I'm going to ID the other ring. Cursed Teleportation. Alright. That's exactly why we didn't try it on. And a whole bunch of sling bullets. Okay. I'm not going to ID scrolls. I'll just wait for potions and the like. Okay, Crocker. We got it in one. Okay. It's a lot nicer with all this extra magic. You can see slings are really good on all characters really in the early game. You can see we're just killing all these things. Ooh. So we just picked up the Book of Frost. So this is interesting. I think for now we'd like to still just keep being a fire mage, but interesting options in the Book of Frost. So I don't like Ozakuba's armor so much now because it now slows your movement, but it's still a decent spell, and because we can never wear any body armor, it's something that all game will potentially be able to cast, but we'll see. Once upon a time, if you learnt fire magic, it would make it harder to cast ice magic and vice versa, but they got rid of that, thankfully. There's a shield. We probably can't use it yet. Let's have a look. Shift W is where? Oh no, it's cursed. I was about to say I maybe shouldn't do this. So this is something I don't like about Kroll, in that items, even though they don't appear glowing or magical in any way, can just randomly be cursed. So I think, yeah, that makes our spells really hard to cast. Okay, we're going to turn some... well, before I do that, I'm on the stairs, so I'm going to read my scrolls and see if I can find Remove Curse. Amnesia, no, I don't want to forget any spells. That's a blink. Yes, we'll cancel it. There's Remove Curse. Alright. So we can take off the shield. At some point in the future, there's a good chance we'd like to use a shield, but it's better to train a buckler first if you can find one. Because as you saw, it pretty much, if you try to put on a shield like that as a mage with 0 shield skill, you won't be able to cast anything. It gives you a spellcasting penalty. Okay, I mean, if I didn't have Remove Curse, we could have kept killing things. Teleport Trap. Alright, that didn't kill us. We'll wear these boots. We could have kept trying to kill things with our sling. I mean, it's been pretty successful, but still, nicer to have our fire spells available. There's our first adder. Okay, so what we could do is I could put down like this. So now the adder can't get to me, and now I can just hit it with my fire magic, and it can't get to me unless it wants to sit in fire. So that's how you use Conjure Flame. It's very good against uniques like Terrans, that sort of thing. It's very good against ogres. Basically anything you don't want hitting you in melee. Alright, there's a drain on this level. I could read that last scroll, hoping that it's a magic mapping. Yeah, why not? It's enchant weapon. I'm going to enchant the hunting sling. That's the thing that we've been using the most, rather than the dagger. Alright, and then we're going to try to find the drain, because a drain is very good in terms of resources. You'll often end up finding a bunch of curing potions, sometimes heal wounds. I should be seeing, so it's saying distant. It's been distant all this time, I think. Okay. So I should probably manually explore. It will give you clues as to how far you are away from it. They're not super helpful, but if it's telling you nearby, oh, there's a gnoll pack, and I've just been netted. Okay, so we might just die here because we're netted and there's a halberd gnoll hitting us. No, okay, we escaped. Although we just got netted again. Amazing. Alright. So we're gonna run around and then go back up this upstairs, I think. We've got one gnoll with us. No, it's alright. He just random energied us, but that's alright. We briefly had a gap. Alright. So, gnolls with nets. Dangerous. If I can open up a gap with this guy, I'll put down a Conjure Flame. Otherwise, if my HP just goes back, I can probably... There we go. Okay, well we failed it. But yeah, looks like we're strong enough just to kill him. Let's X that stair. There's a halberd gnoll waiting for us there. And if I have a look at this stair, yeah, let's try down there. Normally, you'd always want to rest back to full magic points before doing things. But because I'm trying to find that drain before it runs out, I've been running around without resting. Very distant. So when I was over here, it was distant, and over here it's very distant. So that's making me think I should be going, say, this way. I don't want to run through the gnolls, so we'll go back around the top. We can have a look up here. Okay. I probably should have just walked away from them. Looks like the other one didn't notice. There might be an orc priest and or orc wizards with that pack. So, if possible, I'd rather just not fight the orcs. It's a kobold. And another one. Still haven't got any idea where this train is. Ah, right. Okay, we've got a few potions, so I should be reading my scrolls of identity. I should be using them on the potions. That's brilliance. This one is haste. Okay. And if you have a look when I use memorize, I don't have enough for sticky flame. That's a level 4 spell, and I only have 2 levels left. So, I mean, it's a 63% fail chance, so I wouldn't use it at the moment anyway. But that's why we're going to keep one of the reasons why we'll keep training spellcasting. Training. Okay, I see a couple of things. One, okay, an Orc Priest. Two, the Drain. Good. Fire over water is very strong because you make steam clouds. Looks like we made it. Good. Which is another strength of being in here in the drain. As long as we don't accidentally step on the steam ourselves. I don't recognize this one, although there's a haste, so that's good. It's Purgy. You can see he comes up as a red unique. Okay. We don't really want to fight him. He can do, you can see here, he'd bite for 9 damage, claw twice for up to 4 each. So that's 17 damage per turn. And then he has fast regen. So the only way we could maybe fight him here is either if he does walk in the fire or he doesn't. He didn't. Okay, good. So we can try to kill him like this. I don't know. So he's got fast regen, so he kind of he out heals how quickly I can damage him. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. We're just gonna leave. The best thing about Purgy is that he gives you potentially, when he dies, a troll leather armor. But as a character who can't wear body armor, we don't care too much about that. So I know there's an Orc Priest down here. If I can, I'd like to just avoid him. Okay. If nothing else, if we got to level 5, which we're almost 80% of the XP towards, we'd get some extra HP. Okay, please no priest here. No. Okay. I'd like to pick up a trident. Rather than the dagger, we have remove curse, so I'm not worried about this being cursed. And we're going to put that on A. And actually I'm going to swap A and B as well, because we're using this sling more. The trident, you can do similar things with Conjure Flame. So you can put the flame down and then you can reach over it with the trident and hit things. So it's pretty useful. It's also just a pretty good weapon. There's level 5. We got extra HP. Good. Here we go with the gnolls. I'm going to put a Conjure Flame down. And I want to step back from it because with the halberd, the gnoll can also reach over the flame. So I need to be at least 2 tiles away. He had an amulet too. I'm going to check that out. It could be harm. Amulet of regen. That's pretty good. I had remove curse, so I wasn't going to get totally screwed. Although, if you want to take an amulet of harm off, it will drain all your stats. 2 more enchant weapons. I don't need to enchant the sling anymore. It's fine as it is. Okay. We're going to be meeting the Orc Priest pretty soon, I imagine. There he is. Alright, we're just going for it. They can do 14 damage, so this is where being a Draconian is nice, because with 41 HP, you'd have to get pretty unlucky to die to max 14 damage smites. Let's wear these gloves. 7 AC. Can we... Still can't do Sticky Flame just yet. Cool. D3. Alright. From D4 onwards, between D4 and D7, we can find the temple. Wand of Enslavement's very good. Pretty much most enemies we're going to find for a while will have low MR, so we'll be able to enslave them. Because I can find temple here, I'm going to read my scrolls looking for magic mapping. Here's the teleport, which is why we're on the stairs, so we can come back up. And I'd actually like to go back to that stair that I was already at. Fear, okay. So we didn't get lucky. I should be resting to full. That's a mistake. Okay. Another ring. We have remove curse, so shift P is to put on jewelry. +4 int. That's good as well. That makes Sticky Flame. No, it's not castable. This looks like it might be an altar, so I'm gonna see what this is. No, it's just a funny little block. There's an Aquari altar. It's not the worst choice, but I feel like people would be sad if I didn't play a mage. Okay, so we just conjure flame it and then hit it from range. We want to go int. Scales feel tougher. We're gonna eat something. Let's just get rid of the fruit. Cool. Spellcasting to 3. Okay, that one we just killed straight from range. A scroll of blinking. Also, well, let's check out what this book is. A book of changes. So, transmutations are also pretty good for Draconians because you don't have any body armor, but I don't think that's something I really want to do. Right, so there was a glowing longsword up here, which I want to check out. Glowing falchion. +2 falchion of Holy Wrath. So that's potentially useful if I find any... Well, if I run out of mana and I find an undead thing. There's Pikel. I don't really want to fight him. D4 is pretty early for that unique. And he can spawn having wands. Probably I could enslave him actually. Well there's Vehemet, who's a mage god. So we're just gonna insta slam that one. Yep. Okay. Vehemet's a fairly passive god, so you never fairly. It is entirely. There are no active abilities. Every now and then he'll offer you a gift of a spell that you can learn, and then you see here these are all passives. You gain magical power from killing. He'll aid you in destructive magic, and he'll also extend your range of your spells by 1. So it's pretty straightforward. Basically you kill things, he gives you magic back, and then he gives you more spells. Yeah, it does look like Throw Flame is full screen. I'm going to learn Sticky Flame. Yeah, and it goes to Q. If I really need it, say I somehow get teleport trapped and I end up right next to Pikel, I could quaff my Potions of Brilliance and then that would help me cast Sticky Flame, which would probably kill him. So I have a look. I'm actually gonna... No, I don't have ID. I was gonna ID the Enslavement Wand, but maybe the best play is just stay away from Pikel. We could do this and see how tanky the slaves are. Okay, so we ran out of magic points. We can go again. Yeah, fine. They don't give you any experience, so you don't gain too much. Okay, so he has a wand of polymorph. So I think what I want to do is just enslave him. We got 46% chance. We didn't get him. Okay, we did, and now we're gonna say, well apparently that just frees all his slaves. There you go. Today I learnt. It would be good if we could find some monster for him to fight, but I guess just... I wonder if when he changes back, his slaves will change back. I don't know that I've ever enslaved him before like this. Let's... crap, get out of this corner though. This is really bad. He has Whip of Electrocution too. We have a blinking if he hits us. He shouldn't one-shot us. Okay, we got him. Okay. And we want to say TR to just retreat away from us. Okay. His Wand of Polymorph makes him not as dangerous as if he had, say, a Wand of Electricity. A Wand of Lightning, rather, or something like that. But it's still quite dangerous. Let's do this last scroll. There's the magic mapping. Well, we've got our god anyway, so that's fine. The rest of this floor, I think I'll just leave alone. And maybe we'll come fight Pikel a little bit later. I guess I'll pick these sling bullets up. Oh, he's back again. He's been fighting his slaves, so he's quite hurt. We can maybe... okay, so we became a pig. Can we still cast? No, we can't. Okay, so actually... I mean, it's bad, but it's not so bad. If we can get in this hallway, there's potentially an orc pack. No, it's just one orc. Okay. If we can throw a Conjure Flame down, we can maybe fight him. We got mushroomed. Okay, so we now can't move or cast spells, apparently. Can we use wands? No. I wonder if we can teleport. If we get to actually fight him as a mushroom, a fungus, we'll probably kill him because our attacks will confuse him. We'll see. Alright, maybe this is not worth risking. Maybe I should just teleport. I don't know. I think I'd rather just enslave him. Oh, I can't, right? Okay. Our transformation's almost over. So we can try... He's just sitting there zapping us. Alright, there we go. We can try. And then... I'm pretty sure... Yeah, okay, we confused him. Alright, this worked. When he's confused, we can move. Good. Okay, well, that worked out. Alright, and we became black. So we just became a black Draconian. Also, let's get his Wand of Polymorph and his Whip of Electrocution. I'll turn Polymorph off because we don't need more than one. A Whip of Electrocution is a very good weapon. I'm going to put that on B. So I'm juggling all these different things. I tried it on W, my falchion on Q. So now I can go AB, WW, WQ. Alright. So that's all our different weapons. Alright, so as a Black Draconian, our breath ability is that we can breathe lightning. Let's have a look at it. Breathe lightning, pew, so it shoots them. I think the directions are random. We are resistant to electric shock, so we got R-Elec, which is pretty cool. And then for our aptitudes, I think we should get here a bonus to air magic +2, and we get -2 earth magic. So cool, Black Draconian. I think we'll wrap up episode 1 here. I've never been a Black Draconian before, so this is kind of cool. We got our god, Vehemet. We're on our way to casting cool conjurations. And yeah, well, we killed Pikel, so we could explore the 4, but you'll have to wait for the next one for that. See you next time.